Now, since you guys have been proving just how smart you really are, we decided to test your intelligence once again. Welcome back to It's All Viral, and here are another 10 ways to test your peak intelligence. Number 10. A window cleaner is cleaning a window on the 25th floor of a skyscraper when, suddenly, he slips and falls. He has no safety equipment and nothing to soften his fall, and yet he is not hurt. How is this possible? Well, luckily, the cleaner wasn't hurt because he was inside the building. Tricky. Number 9. Look at this sequence. 16, 6, 68, 88, unknown, and 98. What is the unknown part? Now this one's a little tricky, but let's talk through it. First, let's flip this sequence upside down. Now we have 91, 90, 89, 88, question mark, and 86. So now it's obvious that the answer is, of course, 87. But we still have to flip it back the way we found it, making the answer L8. Number 8. Mary's mom has 5 kids. The first 4 are J, G, G, and Joe. What is the last one? Well, this one's actually easy. Mary is the 5th child. Number 7. Here's another tricky number sequence. 1 at the top, 11 on the second rung, 21 on the third, 1211 on the fourth, 101,221 on the fifth, and 312,211 on the sixth. Now, what is the next number in this sequence? This one is known as a look and say sequence, first introduced to the world by John Conway. Let's go through it piece by piece. The first line of the pyramid, 1, is read off as 1. The next line, 11, is actually read off as 2 ones. 2 1 is next, being read off as 2 then 1. The next line, 11, is actually read off as 2 ones. 21 is next, being read off as 1 2 then 1. This pattern continues until we get all the way down to the last line, or 1 3, 1 1, 2 2s, and 2 1s. This means that the next number in the sequence will be 13,112,221. Number 6. Paul is 20 years old in 1980, but only 15 years old in 1985. How is this possible? Well, if Paul lived in BC times, this would be quite normal, as you're counting towards 0 rather than away from it. Number 5. 2 fathers and 2 sons went duck hunting. Each shot a duck, but they only shot 3 ducks in total. How come? Well, let's break it down. 2 fathers and 2 sons doesn't exactly mean 4 people in total. You could actually take this as a grandfather, a father, and a son. The son and the father are both sons, and the grandfather and the father are both fathers. Ergo, there can certainly only be 3 people there. Number 4. Some pencils are erasers. All erasers are papers. Some papers are pens, and some pens are erasers. So pencils are obviously pens. True or false? Now, this one may sound obvious, but the complexity of the wording can make you double think it. The answer, of course, is false, and here's why. Some pencils are erasers, so AB represents erasers. all erasers are papers, meaning A, B, D, E, F represents papers. Some papers are pens. This means B, D, F, H are pens. And of course, some pens are erasers. This is true because B is an eraser. But C is still a pencil with no connection to the others. So we've scientifically proven not all pencils are pens. Number 3. A man who lives on the 10th floor takes the elevator down to the 1st floor every morning and goes to work. In the evening, when he comes back on a rainy day, or if there are other people in the elevator, he goes to his floor directly. Otherwise, he goes to the 7th floor and walks up 3 flights of stairs to his apartment. Can you explain why? Well, this one is because the man is very short. If there are other people in the elevator with him, they can push the buttons for him. Or if it's raining, he can use his umbrella to push the buttons. But if no one is around to help him, he's forced to walk his way up that last floor. Number 2. This one's tricky. If Teresa's daughter is my daughter's mother, what am I to Teresa? The answer is her daughter. Simple, but very hard to get right. And finally, number 1. A lady shot her husband, dipped him underwater, hung him up, and the next morning they had a nice breakfast. How? Now this one may be a little outdated, but the answer is because she was not shooting him with a gun, but taking a photograph of him and developing the picture. But alright guys, that's it for our list of 10 mind-bending questions that are out there to test your intelligence. How many did you get right? Do you have even better questions? Be sure to let us know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more great content. But alright, it's going to be it for this one guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you all in the next one.